Got the regular crew, Bruce, myself, Linda, Mel, and Renee. So we have two alternates in the wing. Unfortunately, because we have the regular crew, we're not voting tonight so far until one of us quits. Anyhow, long story short, I'm back for a while here. First item on the agenda is the minutes of the last meeting, which I was still in Florida for. So I'll let you guys discuss that, see whether there's any problems with it. I cannot tell.
Motion to accept the meeting minutes as entered.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Got a second from Linda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Is that Renee or Linda seconding? I'm sorry.
Renee did. I did.
Oh, Renee, I'm sorry.
Renee
Found
beat
it.
me.
I was writing and I recognized your voice. Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
We both did.
All right.
So, okay.
Next item on the agenda is this new business. United Planning Work Program drafts from Greg Dombrowski. I didn't know whether Greg was going to join us or not to talk about it, but that's quite a lot of reading, guys.
Yes, it is.
45, 35, I don't know. But, well, I spent about an hour on it today, and quite frankly, I got lost in all the acronyms and some of the things they want to
You're
do.
not alone. Not alone.
He would like any comments before April 23rd deadline. He will submit those comments on the commission's behalf. I mean, it looks like a fairly thorough plan for addressing transit needs, but could it be, you know, I don't know what else to say. It's a lot of words there. Anybody else read it or have a time to look at it? We have one more meeting before we have to make.
Mr. Chairman, could we postpone it? I was out of town half of this week, so I didn't see it until later on, but could we postpone it to each meeting and can I get a copy?
Well, sure, we can postpone it. Just be prepared to spend a good few hours reading.
Yeah, if somebody could, Gina, if somebody could leave me a copy in the box, I can pick it up early
Yeah.
next week.
I need a copy, because if I hadn't had a copy, it's,
Yeah,
like I say, it's about 70 pages of reading.
Sounds pretty comprehensive.
Okay, so we'll defer.
I did read it, and I did have some comments that I can hold on to those until next time, if that's what we want to do.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do it at the next meeting. We'll comment on the Greg Dombrowski request for the United Planning Work Program drafts, which they actually, the letter from the state, when they did this sounds like almost a plan of development, because
Yeah.
they gave them 2 years to fill this thing out. Their expiration date's end of the month.
So,
They got a couple drafts here that they submitted that they want to get approved by the state. I guess if something was glaringly wrong, they would like to know about it.
Yeah, I think Greg wanted comments by April 21.
Well, all it says in our notes here
23rd.
in the meeting, he says he would like comments, any comments before the 23rd.
Yeah, the 23rd, yeah.
Since we're going to meet on the 15th, we can get more comments next time.
sounds good. So this is Housatonic and the Southwestern that we're discussing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's broken up into those two regions.
Okay, just want to make sure.
So we're
Want to
going to
invite
do that.
Mr. Dombrowski to the meeting?
If he would like to attend, fine. But at this point in time, I don't know how many comments he's really going to get on it.
I'll have some.
Okay, good. We're on to old business, none this meeting. Oh. Yeah, we're on the new business. We got options for senior citizens with new Four Corners building. Got an email from a local citizen, Roland Stotts. I guess that's how it's pronounced. And to me, it's not even sure why Alice sent it forward to us, although the was on vacation and she caught me in a weak moment. Uh,
John, it was sent out ostensibly for all the land use commissions
Okay,
to have their feedback on. And I think we had sent it through to Steve's office.
I'm
Because
at a meeting.
any response needs to really come from the from
well, actually, this
the
is
selectmen now.
much more a zoning issue than it is a planning issue.
Yes,
I mean, the four corners and the buildings they're referring to is the buildings, I guess the building is referring to is the ones that are now green, now facing Route 7.
Right.
I mean, that's the original village design, which was approved several years ago by zoning. And at the time, we made our comments and, I mean, yeah, I'm sympathetic to the guy about senior housing, but I think Alice did a nice job of answering the senior housing concern when she replied back to him saying that there are 2 buildings going to go in retail on the first floor. Oh yeah, more housing has been approved, but not yet built at 854, 874 Federal Road, where Peter's Imports used to be. And then she gives the Laurel Hill location and the 857 Federal next to Riverview, which is all housing that's going to go in. And she also referred to the other building that we have closer to the center of town, the 291 Federal. I mean, there is seniors housing that's being built, so it's not like, and obviously the point of having an elevator is mistaken. You got to have an elevator if you're going to have housing on the second floor. So
Or third, sure.
for seniors,
Yeah. Well, for anybody for that matter. I mean,
yeah. Well,
I think part of
well, let's put it this way. Mel lives in a section over in Riverview where people take about 40 stairs to go into their houses because they have ranch style houses that are sort of on like the second floor before.
Above the
you get
garage.
in.
Okay, but those that live on the top of the ranches are younger people.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't think very many seniors would take those 40 steps.
No, all the lower ranches, with the exception of 1 or 2, are seniors. So it does prove your point,
Yeah.
John.
I think he has a viable point, but I think it also speaks to the recently approved zoning modification. It said, hey, for the buildings in the back that aren't street facing, for example, if they can't sell them within 18 months as retail, they have the right to convert them to residential. And that might be an opportunity to,
Get first floor housing, I know.
incentivize seniors to take those newly converted commercial spaces. And it
I
should-
agree.
one of his comments was regarding the ability to get shopping, supermarket shopping back to the place where they live. And so it was a transport issue too.
Right.
It really isn't our remit either, but it is part of the general concern that he's got. So, I mean, it is valid. The question is, how can it be addressed and who should be addressing it?
Exactly.
Well, I think talk this topic to its conclusion. I think at this point, there's nothing really from our commission point of view that we can do. It's really a zoning issue at this point in time. And I think zoning has done trying to do a lot in senior housing as it is at the present time. So the guy has a concern. I think his concern was, I see a building go up. I don't know what it's all about. He wanted some clarification. I think he's got that clarification. All right, to move on? Yep, okay. What's the next one? Correspondence. Oh, we got no real correspondence other than minutes of zoning and the EDC. Zoning minutes of March 11th. The zoning commission, one of the things jumped out at me was the food truck at the mobile station down by Coles coming in. They approved that. Well, almost approved it. He's getting close to this approval. And the police department's getting their pad for the temporary garage that they want to pull. Any other comments on the zoning minutes of March 11th? If not, move on to EDC. There's a couple members of our commission are on EDC. Maybe they want to make some comments about their minutes. I'm listening. I hear crickets.
Silence is golden.
Crickets, at least you're hearing something.
See that?
Basically, it is what the minutes are exactly what happened.
Yeah,
We
okay.
also received.
Yeah, you do have a ribbon cutting ceremony coming up. We have one last week, and I'm not sure what 849 Federal Road is. I think it's a taco stand or something.
No, it's next to the taco stand. It's
Oh,
the
it's
gray
next to the
building.
taco stand. Okay.
Well, not exactly next, in that area, right past Paul's Ballroom. It's called the Lux Beauty.
Okay.
It's a great building.
Okay.
Alan, did you get a chance to go?
No, I didn't. I was working.
No. Yeah, I was stuck in Massachusetts.
It looks like Emerson's going to have one sometime this summer. Now, Emerson is a real worthwhile one because that's a
Yeah,
real
that
big
one,
building,
yeah.
jobs and everything else.
That's the moneymaker.
That's the moneymaker. You're right about that.
Oh, yeah.
Any other comments about the EDC minutes? If not, we'll move on. Oh, we're ready for informal discussion. Any items, topics for informal discussion? Bruce, I do want to thank you for sending on that note about the bills that got modified, about all the various affordable housing and zoning issues.
A lot of progress. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I know. It looks like a lot of the heavy hitters in the state are finally taking an interest in this.
Yeah, it's certainly heating up after a long period of dormancy.
Bruce, what's the CT 169? It looks like is a very much their perspective on.
Oh, yeah. It's,
It looks like it's very.
yeah, it's like
you know,
a
weighted
pack.
one way.
Yeah, it's a pack that's kind of got their own agenda, but I think it's an interesting source of information and you just got to filter it. You know, they put a spin on things like so many quote unquote news organizations of the day. You know, everybody's got an agenda.
You can detect in the News Times, because I've gone through some of the papers that were held for me. They seem to be very heady in favor of affordable housing and seem to be very bullish on desegregate Connecticut. They've written several articles
They
there.
did have that big building downtown Danbury that's now being transmogrified into condos, like so many things on Main Street. But so they were definitely
That was the old time, the News Times building
Yeah.
they converted.
They published it, the publishing building.
Yeah.
They had printing with the old Heidelberg presses, and that building went way back. I don't know how many hundred years, but yeah, they had a presence there for a long, long time.
Any other topics for informal discussion? Linda,
Okay, motion to adjourn?
Second,
you got a second? Okay, I want to wish everybody good holidays that are coming up in the next few days. And
Thank
we'll see you on the 15th. Make sure your taxes are in on the April 15th date.
we got an extension. Extended. Fed taxes were extended, so.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, I got my refund from Connecticut today. Got money back from the state. Couldn't believe it.
I don't get refunds still. I'm waiting until I get refunds. I'm looking forward to it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an accountant insist on not putting too much money aside for the following year, but take it as a refund.
You don't want to give them
No.
too much of a free rent.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Thank you.
you.
Stay healthy,
Good night.
everyone.
Good.